I'm back. You just have to give me a minute. No, I'm back. Back. I'm just going to reconnect to John. It is live, by the way. John? John?
Yeah.
We are live. Don't worry.
I can see that you're broadcasting everything through Twitch.
Yeah.
As you log into Ring Central.
Yeah. But they didn't see anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You know, I had to do what I had to do, right? I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Whoa.
Don't worry.
I can see that you're broadcasting everything through Twitch.
Yes, I am, John. I am broadcasting everything through Twitch, yeah. But they didn't see anything. You are watching it. Well, you know, I had to do what I had to do, right? I'll tell you exactly. So yes, it was the heat, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It was the heat. My phone overheated. What I've done is I've reset it, restarted it, and I've moved the fan closer to it to try and keep it cool. You are watching it. Well, John, give it a pause. Whatever you're watching it on.
I couldn't find the fucking tab.
I'm really sorry. I apologise for that. There's 13 of you watching on Twitch now. That's pretty cool. But we might as well go back onto the heat wave then, John, because the heat wave is what's destroyed our connection just now.
Well, it's not necessarily a heat wave. It's your ropey setup without any ventilation.
Well, yeah, that's true. Shalini says her phone is overheating. Shalini, do you remember? I think you were out on protest with me, and we were out by Parliament, and my phone, the stream kept going down because the phone was overheating, and it was really, really hot. It was in the summer, and it was going, nope, 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 you're not going to stream anymore, and then it just shut itself down. Mr. Jungle Griffin says his flat is at 32 degrees Celsius at the moment. I think it might be slightly warmer in here. The front of my knees are sweating. If I wasn't so professional, this top would be all the way open at this point, but
I'm at 30 degrees, but look how cool I look.
You do.
I'm the epitome of coolness.
You are the epitome of coolness. So, John.
Ben.
How deadly has this heat wave been today?
3.
That we know of, right?
3 that we know of, all dead from swimming.
All dead from swimming?
Swimming in rivers.
All rivers?
In Northumbria and Yorkshire.
So nobody in the sea?
No, all 3 from rivers. So I would strongly suggest that people in the north do not swim in rivers. You're not well suited to it.
I mean, we shouldn't laugh. It's
well, no, but that's what you take from this.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of you know, oh bloody hell, I'm losing my memory here. That's the kind of thing that the mainstream media does. You know,
yeah.
It draws suppositions from irrelevant facts. So people in the north do not swim in rivers.
Do not swim in rivers.
You're not suited for it at all.
Mr. Jungle Griffin says with some veracity, if we'd locked down, I guess for the heat, those lives would be saved.
Yet, the Met Office website says going for a swim may cool you down.
Well, okay. Let me rephrase John's warning, right?
Let's take that literally, because these people will now be at ambient temperature, so they will have cooled down. Yeah. Your sound has got. Oh,
because I've padded myself.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, so they will have cooled down. So the Met Office are right on both counts.
Well, let me rephrase John's warning, right? So if you are in the north, only go for a swim if you are indeed a strong swimmer.
Yeah.
If you can't swim, please, for the love of God, don't get in a river.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Please, don't do it.
Do not do it. So we've had three. We've had three lives lost, all to swimming in rivers.
And the RAF are in a spot of bother.
Oh, yes, they are.
I hope nobody attacks us because they can't launch the bombers.
No, they can't. John, tell us
the
why.
The runway at Britain's largest airbase, Brize Norton, has melted. It's 1976 all over again. So, there you go.
I feel very sorry for the our military, our armies, our air force. We did the spots on TV adverts, didn't we?
The constant source of amusement. The best one though, the best one that we didn't get was the one that I saw when I went to the pictures, or as that's what we call it in Scotland when we go to the movies. We call it going to the pictures.
Yeah, but that's what I call it as well.
Right. So anyway, we went to the pictures and to see Thor, as you say, when it's actually Thor, Love and Thunder.
And if you haven't signed up to our second channel, youtube.com/megapint1, go over there now and subscribe and watch our review of Thor, Love and Thunder.
That would be Thor. Thor. Anyway, we saw the advert and it started with a soldier.
I saw this same advert, by the way.
The voiceover said, what will the UK Army of the future look like?
I saw this same advert on the same film.
And what nationality, I'm not going to say nationality, what ethnic origin was this soldier?
Chinese, I believe.
Yes, she was Chinese.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, and it's going to have CCP stamped on its arm, not the British Army. That's going to be the UK's Army of the future.
Yeah, it's a bit worrying, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a bit worrying, but we can't talk about that, John.
It's like, well, you know what they do? They put it in plain sight all the time, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do, and we should be. I don't know why. If our mainstream media were honest, right? God love them for trying, but if they were honest, it would be wall to wall, CCP bad. Stuart says lost you on BNT, had to pop over here. Sorry about that.
BNT doesn't recover.
It doesn't recover. So it's
once we crash.
So if you subscribed over here, then good man.
It's a BNT problem. That's the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we have our problems, and they are multitude.
Yes.
Both mentally, physically, and technologically. But BNT has an issue in that if your stream drops at all, it never comes back to BNT. No.
And my software says I'm still broadcasting on BNT at.
We are still broadcasting to BNT.
Yeah, well, it says it's putting us out at 30 frames per second, but it's putting out 30 frames a second of nothing.
Into the ether.
Into the ether, indeed. Yeah. Shalini says more water needed. Yes, Shalini, more water needed.
So I weighed myself today after my holidays.
Oh yes, I was meaning to ask you about your wonderful holidays.
Yeah, well, it was nice. It was a good break, and I put on 0.8 of a pound.
That'll do.
That's not bad. I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, that's a win.
That's a win. Yeah,
that's a win, John.
So I'll have that off by Friday.
Are you going to go back on your keto or?
Well, I'm back on it. I was back on it on Sunday.
What, when you were drinking the bishop's finger?
Yeah, apart from the bishop's finger. I'm off the. That's me back off the drink.
So John, you wanted to talk about. You sent me a message earlier on, and you wanted to talk more about Ivana Trump, didn't you?
Oh, I just thought it might have been something we should maybe have actually done because it looked like that video got 2.2 million views.
Okay, well,
Ivana falls down the stairs, but to be honest, I haven't really paid that much attention to it. Other than what I said last night, which is the coroner ruled it accidental blunt force trauma to the chest.
So she hit her chest a few times on the way down the stairs, is what he's saying.
She must have been there suffering. Sorry. I shouldn't laugh.
I did say that the show couldn't get any lower. I said that at the beginning.
I shouldn't laugh.
He said it could, and it has. He's done it.
I just need to stop. So they actually did tie the knot. Remember what we were talking about this morning? About the granting of the wedding license in
Yes.
Las Vegas or Nevada.
Yeah.
For Batman and Jenny from the blog.
They've remarried.
Had they actually married the last time? Or did they just go out?
I believe they were married. Yeah. I believe they were.
Was it really 27 years ago though?
Oh yeah.
Bloody hell.
Oh yeah, we're old, John.
Fuck me, 27 years ago.
Yeah, we're old. It's that simple. We are old.
That's shocking.
I mean, I'm 32, and I'm seeing the inside of my first courtroom on Wednesday. Maybe. Though I am trying to get video link, as you know.
Yeah.
But I am still right. Let's bring it down a bit. Let's talk about. I put on a face. We have a laugh.
Oh, we're talking about you. Is this soliloquy?
John, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
So why are you talking to the world?
Because I would rather be honest, right?
Yeah, okay. Oh,
I am.
it's too hot for this shit.
No, I know, but obviously the next time they see us live will be after, and
This is only a pleading diet.
but it doesn't matter. I've never
You
done
only
it.
you only say not guilty or guilty.
Yeah, but I've never done anything like this, John.
Yeah, but you literally, they'll say, "Are you blah 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 of blah blah blah," and you say yes, and then they say, "Do you plead? You're charged with blah 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 on blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plead guilty or not guilty?" And you go, "Not guilty, Your Honour."
Yep.
Or if you were in Scotland, you go, "Not guilty, my lord."
Oh, I thought in Scotland it was a term of endearment to say, not guilty, you cunt.
No, not in court. Not
Well.
in court. You'd get the jail for that. You'd be in contempt.
Vaughan says, yo, what's happening? Well, I am...
Does Vaughan live under a rock?
Yeah, it does appear Vaughan lives under a rock. So everything seems to be happening to me at once, right? I have been charged with resisting an arrest that was not an arrest. It was an assault, a kidnapping, and a false imprisonment. And I'm going to say something, and I don't give two shits if it prejudices at all. It was based upon a crime that he invented in his head at the time so that he could pull me from my car and violently assault me.
Right, stop. Just stop. Because you will prejudice your case if you start doing things like this.
Right.
You can't do this.
That's all I'll say. That is all I'll say, but I'm nervous. I'm still in pain from what happened. My shoulders still hurt from what happened, and it was a month ago now. I'm just £7.84 says any video footage available. Oh yeah, I've got the whole thing on video. I got the whole thing on video, and they had hoped that I didn't have the whole thing on video, by the way, because they tried to delete the video from my phone, and they managed to delete 2 videos of it from my phone, but the main one is still there. And I'm telling you now, as a matter of fact, they took my phone and they tried to stop and delete the recordings.
Did they not realise? Well, I don't know about you, but all my stuff goes straight up to the Google Cloud.
No. How did they get onto my phone, Adam? Well, they took it from my hand whilst it was still recording. And that's how they got onto my phone. And then when they were done trying to do what they were doing, they just chucked it into the car. They just chucked it into the car. They didn't even take it as evidence. They just chucked it into my car. And my wife ended up with it. I'm just saying.
Right. Enough.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I'm nervous, man.
No, I know you're nervous, and I appreciate that. But as I've pointed out, this is not the thing or the time to discuss this kind of stuff.
No, I know.
You wait until the court case, and then you can report on it. Why do you think Alex Belfield tells you absolutely nothing?
Yeah, but
until he's actually been to court.
Well, I haven't actually set foot inside a court, so until that point, I am allowed to opine, right? Once it becomes an active case, it's different.
As an active case already, you have been charged and have been summoned to court. It is an active case. You cannot opine on it at the moment.
Well, I haven't opined. I've just stated facts.
As you see them.
As the video sees them as well, John.
That's right. Enough. There's no right, and I've pointed this out to you on a number of occasions.
Yeah.
Do not try and get the last word in court. It will not go well.
I don't think I'm even going to talk. I think I'm just going to ask my solicitor to talk for me.
Do what your solicitor tells you.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, what shall we do now?
What shall we do now? What shall we do now? What does the audience want to talk about? I can see there's a bunch of people in the chat. Adams sent me a picture today, right? He sent me a picture today of his brother. You know, our...
Ben?
Yeah, Ben. The guy that...
The other Ben.
He was today at a little festival with Jeremy Corbyn.
What festival was this?
Adam, tell us in the chat. But it was a little. Oh, that was yesterday, apparently. So Adam sent the pictures today. So his brother was with a Toll Puddle Festival.
I did know the cargo plane flew from Serbia. Well, it had landed in Serbia and taken off from there. But it was a Ukrainian cargo plane going from Serbia, full of munitions, and flying to Bangladesh. So one can only assume those munitions were bound for Bangladesh, because you don't fly to Ukraine via Bangladesh.
You definitely don't. No, that's very much out of the way.
Even in a flat Earth, you don't go that way.
The only other explanation that they could try and go with is that they were going to Bangladesh to get more munitions on the plane, and then they were going to Ukraine. And you know what? I reckon that's what they will try and say.
They probably will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So Sky News are live streaming the Tory leadership election. What are we getting?
Shall I have a look?
I thought they were only going to tell us who the top two were today.
Let me have a look. Let's go to Let's go to YouTube and have a look at Sky News then. Give me a minute. I think the crowd can still see me.
Hold on, Shalini. This last event, this last 2-year event was a once in a 100-year event.
Oh yeah.
You can't have another one so quickly.
Nah.
And Marburg's no use anyway.
Oh yeah, look. Should we bring it over?
Marburg's no use because it's too deadly. You die too quick. It doesn't spread.
I wonder if we'll get a copyright claim for this.
It's like Ebola.
Hold on.
Knocks you out too quick.
I'm putting
people dead. Yeah, they might have a jab ready to go, but it's still no use.
Give me a minute. I'm sorting this out.
Oh, look at the temperature in Tokyo. It's 34 degrees.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're all dead. Oh, look, it's 34 degrees in Kokta, whatever that is. Kokata. That's a cracking name for a... What is that, a city? Kokata.
John?
Kokata. I'm from Kokata, don't you know?
I can't seem to stream this screen.
What's this on?
This is YouTube.
Huh?
This is YouTube.
How can that can't be right. Give me a second.
Let me stop the screen share.
What's it, Sky News?
Yeah, Sky News' YouTube channel. They've got some kind of thing. Says we can't stream it.
Well, what are people doing? Right, where is it? Is it live?
Yeah, let me try this one more time.
Hold on, I can't see anything. Where would it be? Because I
Right.
can't see it.
Have you got it?
I can't see it. It's.
You should have it now.
Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were streaming that a minute ago.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
that's where I was reading out Cockatah from.
let me give you some audio. So apparently this is Watch Live. Tory ship leadership contenders whittled down to 4, John.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, I'm just muting their
It's colder in Mumbai than it is here.
Tehran 39 degrees, look.
Oh, Riyadh 45.
Absolutely.
Very advanced on 45. Oh, 25 in London, 19 in Edinburgh. Oh, we are the poor relations of this heat wave.
Yes, Tenerife 35, Marrakesh 42.
Marrakesh. So Riyadh's in the lead with 45. Oh, well, nothing there. Nothing of impact. It's a winter in South Africa, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. So, you know those bastards at Channel 4, John?
Yeah.
What did they do to us?
No, they put a copyright claim on our on the content that really was. Well, there's a couple of issues I've got here. One, Channel 4 is publicly owned. 2, it's a public event. And 3, it's in the public interest.
Yes, and 4...
Well, that's 3 issues. And 4, no one expected the Spanish Inquisition.
Well, so wildfires, look.
Yeah. Oh, wildfires. France temperatures have exceeded 42 degrees. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's entirely. Hold on. That's entirely normal.
Yeah.
A cold country.
Oh.
While this week might feel exceptional, a rise in baseline global temperatures could see phenomena like this one occurring much more regularly. Our climate correspondent
Look at everything. Look at everything
connected to the climate emergency.
At Reading University's Atmospheric Observatory.
I'm sorry, I'm muting that because how many fucking times, excuse my language,
Why are these guys wearing diapers?
but how many times in my lifetime have I been told that the Maldives should be underwater by now? It's a lot.
And Florida and New York.
And California, I believe.
Yeah, well, California should fall into the sea any time now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, at what point do you say it's probably not? And I have to pose this as a question rather than a statement.
Well, see, this is the problem. It's not a question for you to answer because that's not the narrative.
Yeah, but at what point do you have to look at this little thing, John? It's called. I mean, it's this little elephant. Listen.
You're not allowed. You're not allowed to look at this little thing. You're
it's
not allowed to make up your own mind.
It's a little elephant in the room, right?
Not allowed to look at them.
I mean, it's a big elephant in the room. If it were in the room with this lady right now, it'd be filling most of the screen behind her. It's called reality, John. That's the name of this elephant.
Oh, there's another drowning coming in. 14-year-old boy after getting into difficulty in the Thames.
Oh God.
In Richmond. Not so good. Why would he swim in the Thames at Richmond?
I have no idea.
That is the consistency of HP sauce.
Yeah. Fuck.
Have you been to London? Have you seen the Thames?
Yeah.
Would you swim in it?
No. No, I would not.
Oh.
But I guarantee you there are plenty of people who are swimming in it right now.
This guy on the TV made an error. He freshly shaved his head for TV.
It's very shiny.
It's very shiny, and when you see him from the side, it's all white where the hair used to be.
It's almost as shiny as me, John.
But not as good looking, Ben. Not as good looking.
Not as good looking at all, no.
Oh my God, there's naked men.
Do you
Is
know
that a
what?
man? Well, I'm making suppositions here. Are these people men? I don't know.
So I did the morning report live on TikTok, and I do this every day now, right?
I always laugh when I see Mr. Whippy in a van.
So anyway, I do the morning report live on TikTok, yeah? I do about 10 minutes live on TikTok just to talk about some of the things that's going on. And one of my lady followers over on TikTok said to me, I am just so jealous of that mane that you've got. Got me right there, John. Got me right there.
Why are these people putting on a heat pump?
Is it a heat pump or is it air conditioning?
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. They don't work very well at producing heat, but they work brilliantly at cooling voices down.
They do. They do indeed.
Got a couple of hundred calls a week. Couple of hundred calls a week. Continuous period of heat pushes people to the edge.
Speaking of something a week or a month, if you actually do enjoy, oh man, I got one of my sound pads is about to fall on my head. If you do enjoy the content that we produce, I am at the point where my laptop is going to die.
Oh, Julie's she's such a public spirited lass that she's closed her boat rental firm and said, I'm not sending people out in this heat because they could die.
Yeah,
they could die.
But but back to what I took out. I actually need to raise, and I'm trying to make as much of it myself as I can, £1,500 to replace and get the show back up and running properly, because things like this are going to keep happening because half of my it's on its way out. But if you can help us, then please consider heading over to patreon.com/Chasing Dissent and supporting us from as little as £1 a month. That's 25p a week. And that just helps us. It's going to help us if we can keep things running, keep the equipment good. And Stuart, thank you so much. He says over there, love the show, Ben and John. I have always watched on BNT. Will come here from now on. Thanks, guy.
I would have said that, but sometimes it's difficult for me to get a word done.
But John?
Yes, Ben.
My mic's on pad. Go for it.
Oh, I've nothing to say. Yes, it was the lovely Julie who closed her boat rental business because she wasn't going to send people out in that heat to spend time mucking about on the water. It's just not the done thing, is it? In fact, I thought that was the whole purpose in having a boat rental firm was to rent boats to people on sunny days. Oh, it's just unbelievable. What's happening? Why are we getting the news? What's happened to the...
Well, I thought we was looking at the Tory leadership election.
Yeah, I don't think it is it?
At this minute, I'm thinking about just fucking this off, John.
Well, it will definitely get us some sort of copyright claim if we're just showing the news.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. You don't need to... There we go. There we go. We're big again, John. We're big again. Bye-bye. Belladonna Hawkmoon says, it's cancelled. Hello, Belladonna Hawkmoon. That's a name I've never seen before over on YouTube. How are you? Shalini says, get rid of...
Was it cancelled because it was too hot?
Maybe. I mean, John, it's pretty hot, right?
Yeah, it's warm.
It's warm.
It's not 45 degrees roasting your nuts off warm.
No, it's
not 40 degrees expiring on a... I was once so hot, right, on a continental trip that I stripped naked, wet a bathroom towel, got a fan, lay down on the bed, put the cold wet towel on me with the fan blowing over it, and cooled me down a treat.
Okay, so £7.84 and Belladonna are reporting that 2 pulled out of the leadership race, and £7 says those 2 are Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak.
Get out of here! Right, so
our
Penny. That's Penny then. She is our girl in number 10.
No, I don't think so. I think it's Kemi.
You can't put that in number 10.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Kemi Badenoch.
You put that in number 10. We've just won the...
Oh, okay, Dark Spice. Oh, no. Okay, Dark Spice, if they didn't pull out of the race, just the debate.
Oh, yeah, because they didn't exactly do well yesterday, did they?
No, and let's face it, if they go... The debate yesterday was pretty much an all-in attack on Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak, right? Mainly Rishi Sunak. When they were like, you get to ask any one of your fellow candidates a question, all of them. Rishi, why are you such a prick?
Tom didn't.
No.
Tom directed his question at Penny.
He did, yeah. Tommy the tug engine. But he's not going to win.
No.
He's not going to win, and
It's Penny.
I think it's Kemi.
I think it's Penny.
The Tory party seem to think it's Kemi as well. She's way out
Yeah,
in
it
front.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Well, it's them that's voting.
Yeah, and your point?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what they're telling you.
There we go. Look, Spencer says the pair indicated they would not take part in program after bruising exchanges in earlier debates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're telling you they're voting for blah, blah, blah. Much as Rishi told us that he voted for Boris in the no confidence vote.
Yeah.
Do
In
you
the
actually
secret
know?
ballot.
It's a secret ballot, so
Mm-hmm.
you can say anything you like.
You can. And you know what? We know now that Rishi Sunak is a duplicitous snake, right?
Oh, indeed he is.
And why anybody would support him after he quite literally brought down this current government? I don't know.
I'll be honest. None of them are potential leaders.
No, I agree.
None of them. None of them
I
are
agree.
potential leaders.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. They are all absolutely useless. They're about as fucking useful as a chocolate teapot, a lot of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Belladonna says Tory Blue Rinse Brigade won't vote in a black woman.
No, they won't.
It's,
But that's not the reason. Well, in my view, the reason they shouldn't vote her in is because she's inherently stupid.
they all are, John.
Yeah, but she's shown us how stupid she is,
Yeah.
and the answers to the questions, and to stand there when you know what's going to be flung at you and say we don't have any answers, but anything we do will have a knock-on effect on multiple occasions to multiple questions.
Yeah.
Just there's no substance there. I'm sorry.
It was the same with Penny Mordaunt. She keeps saying, I've
Yeah.
got this plan, I've got this plan.
Yeah,
and then she
never
does
tell
not
it.
say what the fucking plan is.
And Rishi Sunak just is a master of not answering anything.
I mean,
And in fact, the only two that actually said anything of substance, and don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean I think I agree with them, but are Liz and Tom.
yeah, I mean, that's why I named myself Tommy the Tug Engine yesterday, right?
Yes.
Because
yes,
on the
okay.
Friday debate, I think he was spades ahead. And I mean, I think the audience
Until he made
here,
that
until he got to
incredibly-
the end, until he
until he made
got
that
to the end.
incredibly fucking naive statement
I mean,
about the thing that we're suffering from now, apparently.
climate,
Change,
climate,
change,
climate.
change. That was completely unrehearsed.
It was. It was. I'm controlling the cameras, and I can do it well. Look, John, should we do it one more time? Climate,
Change,
climate.
change.
Climate.
Enough. I'm going to give myself a sore head.
Well, remember, John, the mainstream media has told us today, and yesterday, they said extreme heat.
Yes.
Extreme heat,
Yes.
ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen.
apparently this is a one in 100 to 300 year event for the UK.
Yes, and it was.
But they did countenance it, pardon me, with the fact that if we don't buck up our ideas, it could become 10 times more prevalent. 10 times more prevalent because of our contribution to the world temperature.
Aren't we one of the lowest contributors?
I'm sorry, I can't say this with a straight face. This is nearly as good as that joke Rishi Sunak made yesterday.
I just can't, right? Because let's face it, and once again, this is something you can't really talk about on certain platforms, right? But
Because it's the world narrative.
yes,
It's the World Economic Forum's narrative.
absolutely. And so what we've got to say is this. I'll pose it as a question, and the question is this, John. Since we have never seen a single one of the predictions made come true, why would we believe them now? Don't answer. Leave that
I
for the...
would pose another question to you.
What's
the
that?
The Met Office say that they run their models numerous times to try and get to what they think is going to be the correct answer. Okay.
Right.
I would pose you the question, based on other computer models that we've seen,
Yeah.
why would we give any credence whatsoever to computer models for planning how we live and move forward in our lives?
I would countenance that with an even more basic question.
He's always got to have the last one.
I know, because there is one here, John. There is a. Why would we, after the last, let's say, especially 2 years, but let's say the last 20 years of computer modelling that we've seen,
Yeah.
why would we believe a single computer model ever presented to us ever again?
That's kind of what I just said.
Yes, I know, but I said it in a more basic way.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you dumbing down our audience? Are you saying our audience are thick?
No, they're very intelligent people, and they know that.
Oh, sorry. You're doing it for TikTok.
I'm not even on TikTok right now.
No, it's not the computer that makes the difference.
It's the
garbage
idiot.
you put in it.
Yeah, it's the idiot feeding in the garbage. Yeah.
As we used to say in computing terms, the problem is picnic.
Right.
Problem in chair, not in computer.
And what we should call some of these ridiculous models, when it comes to anything, we should just call it the Ferguson effect, right?
Yeah, we should.
The Ferguson effect.
Because that man has made a wonderful career out of being continually and catastrophically wrong.
Yep. How many cows were killed because of his?
Millions.
Yeah.
How many badgers were killed? How many people died?
It's true. It's a good question, right? It's something we have to. We won't go any deeper or any further into it, but it's why we're seeing such hysteria right now, is because people pump out models, right? People pump out models. Then you get the idiots, and I'm going to call them that, like Extinction Rebellion, who have nothing better to do but dance around and protest all day. And then what they do is they go, we believe the model. We don't even know what the model is. We don't even know what data was used to get to the model, but we believe the model. And then this is what we get. We get fucking Sky News with a climate correspondent who don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
What are you doing over there, John? Why are you blue?
I was looking to see if I still had the tab open, because you remember how I was doing a little bit of research earlier.
Yeah.
And some it's amazing how quickly things can escalate in the comments. So
Right.
the article about the 3 people that at that point had died from the heat wave, i.e. from drowning. Someone had made a comment going, it's a tragedy.
Right.
But you can understand with it being so hot that these people felt the need to rush out and try and cool themselves down. And someone underneath it goes, well, yeah, this happens every summer. And it does.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does. He goes, it happens every summer, and the last thing we want is newspapers and media weaponizing this, and encouraging people to panic over nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
And the next one, the same guy from the first comment goes, well, if you got out the door once in a while, you'd see what's going on out there. It's like, keep your knickers on, mate. It's not that bad, It's a bit of heat. And then the Met Office made a fantastic analogy, right?
Right.
They said we might beat the previous record by as much as 1.3%.
Right.
1.3 degrees, centigrade. So if we beat the previous record by 1.3 degrees centigrade in this country, it's like taking 20 minutes off the world record time for a marathon. It's like, what? How's that an analogy? How does that work? That doesn't compute. It just doesn't work. It might work in your head, but it doesn't work in mine.
Because it's the only way they can actually make it sound like something.
Yeah, I know.
And Belladonna says drowning is due to stupidity, not the heat. Well, if you were here at the beginning of the show,
rivers are dangerous.
Yes, rivers are very dangerous. We said don't go and swim in the rivers if you can't swim. That's our advice, and you can take that to the bank.
Yeah, and Stuart Holtz brought up the one that I was talking to you about earlier.
Go on.
The release of wild bison.
Release the bison.
After what? After an absence of 60,000 years. Tell me, has anyone really missed bison from our countryside? Just wait until I mark my words. Somebody will get killed by a bison. And then what happens? Then it all hits the fan, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. John.
Ben.
I'm really dismayed.
With what?
The state of the world, John.
Ben. All you can do in this day and age is mock it ferociously. Yep. That's all you can do, because it really is. It's a complete and utter mess.
And
it's our job. It's our job to mock it.
It's our job to try and make these people laugh, right? But what they don't understand is the complexity that we go through, because inside we're actually dying. Every time we see one of these stories and one of these idiots.
I've got a drinking problem. I just missed my mouth.
John, I am quite literally covered in water. I don't
You've dried off.
Yeah, I know, it's fucking horrible. Every time, 2 minutes later, gone. It is hot. God damn it!
It seems to be an awful effort for a little gain. Is it cooling you down?
Oh yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't feel the need to spray water in my face.
Yeah, because you're in Scotland and it's always cold there.
Yeah, it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, but you're in Scotland and it's always cold there.
It's 30 degrees.
What he says is 30 degrees, but what's actually happened is his thermometer is broken. It's 3 degrees because it's Scotland.
It's not cold there. It's warm.
Artifacting Reality says, must be so greasy in that chair. This chair's quite comfy, actually. I've got like 6 cushions on the back of it. Yep. You know what, John? I'm opening the shirt all the way.
Oh, Jesus.
It's happened. It's happened. The shirt is open. I can't take it no more. Right. I promise I'll try not to show them nipple. But I'm pretty warm, John. Dark Spy says hairless cat time. I've got like, hold on, there's like a good hair there. It's all good. It's all good. Right.
He makes up for it for all that hair on his head.
Yep, this is it. This is it. This is what we call compensating, right? This is we compensate for the chest with the wonderful, wonderful mane of hair on my head. Do you know, my wife is now pretty much demanding that I get this cut off.
Oh right, okay. I thought you were going to give us some totally inappropriate comment about her hairy body or something like that.
No, I wasn't going to do that. But she's demanding that I get a haircut, and do you know what I keep saying to her?
Go on.
No. Just no.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. Just no.
Cool.
You know, sometimes in marriage, there are these stumbling blocks that you just can't get past, and one of them is my hair. She won't accept it, and I won't accept what she wants.
Did you have long hair when you met her?
It was the first time I met her. It was down to my waist.
There you go.
Yeah.
She knew what she was getting into.
And she wrote books and diaries for 2 years about how much she loved me, and she still got them diaries. And I was not in a relationship with her while she was doing this.
Okay.
So.
With a crush on you.
Yeah, and listen, like you just said, she knew what she was getting into. She's known me since we were 14, right?
There you go.
She knew full well what she was getting into. So I'm the type of person who just wakes up one day, books a Eurotunnel and drives to Paris. Because...
So suck it up, babe. Suck it up.
Yeah, I do love her dearly, though. Don't get me wrong. I do love her dearly. It's our 10th wedding anniversary in March. So, doing something right, maybe. If we make it to it. If she hasn't killed me in that time. Now, I'm just going to say it to the camera here. I'm not suicidal. So, just... just remember that.
Stay away from small aircraft and swimming pools.
And the Clintons. I'll stay away from the Clintons.
Oh, and speaking of small aircraft, 2 small aircraft collided into each other
in Vegas.
Las Vegas today.
Yes, they did. But did anyone survive?
I don't think so, no. But you would think with all that space in the sky, how did you get 2 things the size of Sherpa vans to run into each other?
How do we do many things in life? How did Harrison Ford crash his plane into a golf course rather than the runway? It's these things are always going to be a mystery,
he
right?
Probably left his glasses at home or something.
I mean, at Harrison.
It's like if my wife was a pilot, right?
Yeah.
And she left her glasses at home as much as she does when we go out for dinner.
Right.
I would have to sit beside her and read the instructions for landing the plane to her.
My final question with regards to this then is, at what point do they say, Harrison Ford, you are a very old man, you probably shouldn't have a pilot's license?
Yeah, well, that's a bit... see, I don't know.
I'll tell you...
Because I very much don't like interference in people's...
No, I agree with you. But I'll tell you the point where I would say, Harrison Ford, you can't have a pilot's license anymore at your age, is when he crashed his plane into a golf course instead of a runway, John.
Yeah. Was there a reason for it, though?
I don't. Maybe he was having a senior moment.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's pretty much time to wrap it. Before we end up as puddles.
I think so too.
On our respective floors.
And like I said, at about the halfway point, we are in a bit of dire straits, and I am trying to raise about £1,500, and I've had one £50 donation towards that, and I want to say thank you very much. You know who you are. We got to replace a lot because it's all dying. 2 and a bit years this has all been running these shows for, and it's going, I don't want to do this anymore. Right, and half of the ports don't work anymore, and we would just really appreciate any help that we can towards a replacement. But otherwise, if you feel otherwise inclined, you can become a patron from as little as £1 a month at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or subscribestar.com/Chasing Dissent, and we would really, really, really appreciate seeing you over there. Like I said, from as little as £1 a month, but if you can't afford it, please don't, and just come and enjoy the shows, have a great time, have a laugh, and let's be fun. John, I've entered studio mode.
With that, I'd like to thank you one and all for attending this surprise pop-up Heatwave special.
Yeah.
I hope we've been hot tonight and not too cool. Anyway,
what a feeling keeps believing.
And with that, I wish you all good night and refrain from nightmares.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all we've got time for this evening, so it's good night from me. And it's good night from him. Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Daddy.
Stop playing with my bust!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, children.
Good night, Daddy.
You're a what?
A pianist!
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
You have been a delightful audience to talk. Good night. Thank you.
Oh, my bottom hurts. everybody.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Tim Bob.
Oh, I did love that hamster so. I took it into bed with me every night, you know.
Good night, everybody.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have to go now. I've been standing here for a very long time. I think the end of the show must have come and gone.
There you go. That's our solar system.
You forgot Uranus.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening. You've been very nice to work to.
Good night, Tim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.